So let's work out which conductor's which. We've got to presume that one end is saying a fire alarm panel and one end is saying a break glass. We've got them both in front of us, but we've got to think about that. So let's go to the end with the panel and we pick a conductor. Doesn't matter which one we pick. So we pick a conductor and we link it to the actual body itself. That's saying the panel for the fire alarm. We walk out, we go to the break glass, instrument set up for ohms, and we're going to clip one of them onto the actual outside circuit protective conductor and one of them onto a conductor. We don't know which one's which, so hopefully when we know we've found the right conductor, we'll get a low reading ohm. Let's have a look. We have, first time out, 0.03, but let's just prove that. If I'd have connected onto this conductor, you can clearly see I have no reading whatsoever. So let's go back to that one. So I've identified that conductor to be the one that's linked this end. So those two conductors, one in the panel, one obviously at the break glass, are a conductor. We can make it the neutral, we can make it the line, it doesn't matter. So how are we going to do that? Simply by over sleeving it. So in this case, I'm going to take some blue sleeving. I'm going to slide it on here and identify it as my neutral. And likewise at the other end, we can identify that one as a neutral. I'll prove the same point again though, so let's prove it anyhow. I wouldn't do this on site, I'd be happy with my decision at that stage, but let's prove that this was the line. So if we link these two together, the crocodile clip will hold on. Come on, there we go. So we link these two together. If we come down here, we go onto the body and we go onto here, we expect to see a low reading ohm meter identified that conductor. You only need to identify one of the conductors, unless you're working with a 7 core, then obviously the process continues on, etc. So this time we're going to identify it with some brown sleeving, like so, on both ends. So brown sleeving goes on there. This one's a little bit tight. I was a bit worried that will go on. That goes on perfectly. Got a slightly fatter one here, just to make life a little bit easier for me. So again, we identify those conductors at both ends. So there we have it. We've identified the conductors so we can use them in circuit. It might be if it's for a fire alarm system that you may want to identify it slightly different. I'm presuming we're using this in our workshop for a 230 volt circuit.